Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Antiheroes Anonymous, or welcome for the first time if it's your first time joining us. I'm Ethan, and I'm the Dungeon Master for this 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons show.
Oh.
It feels weird to do the louder intro with no one else. Jessica's making fun of me. She's in the kitchen. Nick, do you want to go ahead and start off some player introductions, and then I will do announcements, and we'll get into tonight's episode?
Sure. Hi, I'm Nick. I play Sir Thaddeus Hammerlock, the Human Vengeance Paladin.
Hi, I'm Kate. I play Harmony, who's the Teaching Wild Magic Sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I play Sand, who's the Human Fire Ranger.
Oh, did we get... Was that everyone? Did we get Melissa?
Oh, we need Melissa. We can't hear her, though.
Oh, she's muted.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I play Mara, who is the Human Swashbuckler Pirate.
Am I back?
There you are.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
human,
did it for you.
swashbuckler, rogue, Mara, woo, awesome chick. Okay, sorry.
So, as you may have noticed, you won't be seeing any video from us tonight because we are, due to current world circumstances, playing remotely. So, unfortunately, it's just going to be audio, but we'll be back to our usual setup at some point. Please bear with us for now. We premiere our episodes on YouTube every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Throughout the show, we use a variety of custom items, as well as a custom wild magic table, so be aware of that as you're watching. Our music, which may not be in this episode because of the current recording situation, but ordinarily comes from BattleBards, TabletopAudio, and Incompetech. And the character portraits, which you'll see on the info cards in the layout, were done by Carrie Peach, who goes by @CarrieDraws on Twitter. Other than that, you can just check the video description for links and information about everything I just mentioned and more. And then if you want to know what we're doing and when we're doing it, etc., you can follow us on Twitter @AntiheroesAnon. Other than that, we just hope you enjoy the show, share with your friends, and come back and watch some more. So a little bit of recap. The party are going after a night hag named Mother Midnight in her lair on Malvolg, the 6th layer of the 9 Hells. As the first part of their journey, they went to the first layer of the 9 Hells, Avernus, which they narrowly managed to escape after its Archduke Zerial hounded them in pursuit of Asanahen's sword, which is currently in possession of Sir Thaddeus Hammerlock. They then descended the River Styx down to Stygia, the 5th layer, where they have several tasks they need to accomplish. The first of which is to find the Ice Devil Bazith and annul his hold over the crew of the Sea Devil's Curse, which Mara's grandfather happens to be one of them. The second task they have would be to recover the long-lost shard of a Pit Fiend's heart and make good on a promise they made to their friend Sial before they embarked on this adventure. And the third one is to link up with the army of Moloch, the imp who has been traveling with Harmony for a long time, actually now at this point, in preparation for their fight against Mother Midnight. On their journey here, they also learned about a connection between Harmony and a tiefling named Discord through very distant bloodlines somehow. And they learned that failure to help Discord could have dire consequences for Harmony's bloodline later down the road. And that was pretty much where we left off last episode. I'm going to, because last episode I couldn't find my notes when we were recording, I'm going to retcon just a little bit, step back into the scene where Harmony and the tiefling Passion, who was one of Discord's cohorts, were talking about the history of their race within the 9 Hells. And just clarify, Passion told you about sort of the situation that resulted in the tieflings as a race. And the story that I had told you last time was that Asmodeus, through a deal with Asmodeus, the sort of wild magic bloodline was created, and the sort of that connection with the plane of limbo was forged. But it was actually what was actually the case. This is what Passion would have told you, was that there were two humanoid creatures who had this sort of innate connection to limbo to begin with, And then in desiring further power, they made a deal with Asmodeus, but as sort of a sinister clause in the contract, they were transformed into tieflings, and that was actually the origin. So it's just a slight difference there. So now to take you back into where we left off last time, the group of you were descending down the waterfall that cascades from the first layer of the Nine Hells down to the fifth layer of the Nine Hells. And you had just witnessed your destination, which was this massive entire plain of covered by a deep ocean and ice flows and icebergs all over the place. And you had just sort of got your first sight of that plain as you were descending downward. And so that's where we'll pick up tonight. So I'll turn it over to you.
Okay.
Is the water like normal, like actual, just like drinkable water?
Wow,
okay, thanks.
It's a little bit, a little
It's
bit
just
complicated
really
because
hot.
yes and no.
Okay.
As you're looking down, you can see that there is the ocean, which does look very much like the sort of ocean you would see on the plane that you're from, back on Elendal. It's got that sort of like nice dark blue color that you would see in the middle of the ocean somewhere. But winding its way through the ocean and sort of like over icebergs, and you can see it sort of winding off into the distance, the river Styx continues, but it seems to stay separate and distinct from the ocean around it.
Oh, interesting.
Almost
So
as
is
if...
is it like carving a path, sort of?
Yeah, very much.
Okay.
Through the ocean, but staying separate.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
So there's like an actual like...
It's
gap
almost like
between
when
them?
you have like oil and water,
Uh-huh.
right? And you try and mix them together, but the oil
that's
separates.
weird.
It's kind of
Oh,
like that.
It's really weird.
Yep.
So where
Okay.
are we getting off of the Styx? Because we know what we need to do here, but we don't know where exactly in Stygia we're going.
That's a good question.
Yeah, Orgrix kind of calls down to the group of you and says, like, as you're starting to have this conversation, he says, actually, that's something that I'm going to need to know. So if you want to come up here and have that conversation, just tell me where we need to go.
Well, he was supposed to get a break now, right?
He'll get a break once we're off the Styx. So
okay.
As soon as we come off, he's off.
So that means I'm up in control, steering.
Well,
I'm
assuming
happy
we need to.
We get to our destination.
Yeah.
Oh, because it sounds like we're off the sticks. So.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh,
We're trying to figure
almost.
out where to get off the sticks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I remember. Wait. I feel like I saw a map of Stygia at one point.
There is coincidentally
yeah.
a map of Stygia up on screen right now.
yeah.
That would help me a lot.
Does the map that you have,
It's the one you...
Where'd I put
does it have labels or no?
It does
Yeah.
not. No, it does not.
Okay, good.
I'm trying to find out if I have it somewhere, but I can only find the map of Brayden, and the map of the other Haven Reaches, and the map of inside of Byakko Janakute Genbu.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. This is
Here,
is that
I'm gonna
right?
give this to you.
It looks like Melissa has it.
Yeah.
I have a copy of it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that looks
Oh,
right.
all right. Glad we can share.
Yeah. See,
It does have labels on it, though.
Oh. Whoops.
That's fine.
It was given to me. I didn't print it out.
So
Yep.
our agenda here is
I promise.
our agenda is to meet up with Moloch's army, which he's doing by himself right now.
I think he's going to take care of that.
He's
So
doing that and meeting up with us.
Yeah.
So, my
Yeah.
question is, wait, has Moloch left already?
Not yet. No, you're still descending the final bit of the waterfall down into Stygia. So he's still with you.
Would
Well,
he
I'm-
know, like,
Where this devil is, we need to carve a piece of or whatever.
I mean, if he knew that, it would be way too easy. No, my question is there, like, a center of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Like a monument or something?
No, God, stop it.
I don't know.
Like civilization?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, if you
A
pose...
place where, like a market or something where we could go to get information.
Yeah, if you pose that question to Moloch, he says, Well, you're kind of in luck, because when it comes to Stygia, there's really one place you go to get anything you want. There's a lot of land, a lot of stuff going on, but the real center of everything is the city of Tantalin. It's right on the Styx, so it's kind of a planar hub. Creatures from all of the lower planes will come there.
That's where we need to go.
Presumably, even if it's not, you'll be able to find out where you need to go, because Tantalin is a center of, it sounds boring when you say it, but it's actually essential, paperwork in the Nine Hells. So any contract, any machinations within the Nine Hells, unless they're driven by Asmodeus himself in secret, there's a paper trail in Tantalin, if you know where to look.
That's perfect.
Okay.
And if you pull out sort of like, I guess he could produce for you a crude map and show you on that map sort of where to go. And where he ends up pointing you to is, you see sort of in the center of the map, there's that cluster of a couple bigger islands. I don't know if on the map there's a star on the southern end of one of those islands. I don't know if I removed the landmark markers as well as the names, but basically right on the southern tip of the island that is almost smack dab in the middle, there's kind of a section where the Styx loops up and around into that ice flow, and right in the middle of that is where Tantalin is.
I see it. Okay.
I mean,
Okay,
if anyone has any other bright ideas, then
We'll yell up to Orgrix and tell him, make way for Tantalin!
Easy enough. Tantalin, here we come. And he begins to sort of speed up the descent down the waterfall until you are maybe about 100 feet above and finally get a very detailed look at the location where you'll be landing. And that's when things get a little bit ominous. Because what you notice is that where the ship will be landing, it's clear that there were fortifications of some time, like these massive towers like built up around the waterfall, as if to safeguard against anything that might make its way through Avernus and then down the Styx here. But the fortifications have all been torn asunder. They're just completely smashed. There's smoke rising from them. And what's more, you can see the destroyed husks of several warships scattered around the location where the Drowning Kiss will be alighting from the waterfall back onto the plains of hell. And Moloch just says, "Oh, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all."
wait, it's not normally like this?
No, normally we'd be diving down into a bureaucratic nightmare of passport screenings and paperwork, and it doesn't look anything like this.
Should we get on Lulu and shrink the kiss at this point?
Wouldn't recommend it. Wouldn't recommend it one bit. And he kind of points up towards the sky. And so now that you're actually within the plane, because for a while you were in this sort of like void space between Avernus and Stygia as you were descending the waterfall. Now that you're within the plane, you can get a look at the sky, and it's dark. So pretty much the entire plane is encompassed in game terms, dim light. And it seems to be lit by these, what actually might be sort of beautiful multicolored auroras. That's like the only source of light in the sky, except for occasionally you will see lightning flash down from one of those auroras and streak across the sky and branch and fork before disappearing. And Moloch points to that and says, the lightning here will almost invariably strike flying creatures if you get too high above the water. Really not a good idea to be flying here.
That's a really good thing to point out.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna wanna, water level's important. If you're gonna fly, you want to fly as close to the water as you can.
Okay. So, how are we going to deal with all that? And he kind of motions below him.
He kind of shrugs.
Wasn't asking you.
Can we tell, like, you said there's a bunch of warships just docked there?
No, it looks like there was a naval battle here, like a massive battle. And you can just see all across the immediate horizon are these warships that have just been, like, there are holes punched in the side. It looks like several of them are burned out.
Do they have, like, clear, like, flags of different, you know, like kingdom of such and such or empire of such and such type of thing?
I'm trying to ask, yes.
Good job. We did it.
They do have the ones that still have are not like completely burned out. Do have flags and things like that. I don't know if any of you would recognize the banners though.
With Moloch?
With Moloch, yep.
Pizza, Zach. I got this.
Yeah, if you ask Moloch, he looks around and he points to the different ones and he says, "Right. Well, I don't know specifically what division, but you can see there's marks on that flag, which mean those troops would be from." Trying to think of any layer of hell will do. Phlegethos, and he points to another one and he says, and this one has symbols that mark it as troops from Cania, and there's some there from Avernus. Kind of from all over the hells, it looks like.
What is?
What?
Fighting each other?
He shrugs and says, I don't know, I can't tell from here. You probably have to investigate closer to see.
Yeah, I was going to ask, would it be worth doing a little bit of, like, recon on these, what are they word? You know, sunken ships, I guess, or whatever?
And that's sort of when the Drowning Kiss makes that final dip from the waterfall onto the oceans of Stygia. And there's kind of just like a bump as it makes that sort of 90-degree angle transition. But with Orgrick's driving, it's actually smoother than you'd expect. And that is when all of you are hit with a wave of cold. This place that you now find yourselves in is colder than anywhere you have been on the material plane. It is just, even those of you who have cold resistance, namely Harmony and Thaddeus, it's not comfortable.
Okay.
But for those of you who do not have any cold resistance, it is unbearably cold. Like instantly you can feel like frost beginning to form on you.
Okay, so I'm gonna change into my fancy boots.
I'm gonna go fetch the Elderhaven Reaches cold weather clothing that we procured.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll go grab that and hand it out to everybody.
Everybody gets changed into their nice warm clothes.
Nice warm clothes, yep.
It does a little bit to alleviate it, but the cold is still, it's uncomfortable. It's piercing almost. It's like thousands of tiny frosty needles stabbing into every inch of exposed skin.
Well, this is going to be fun.
Gone from the frying pan to the freezer here.
I was waiting for someone to say it.
Just blink and the weather changes around here.
So anyways, I'll ask that question again. Is it worth doing any recon on these ships? To figure out what's going on, or...
I mean, we probably will find out just when we get into town. Just from
you want to wait? Okay.
Town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's anything to gain by wasting time with that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's a waste of time or not. That's why I was asking.
I'm a little concerned that they might start firing on us if we don't figure out what's happening here.
Okay.
Okay. So on to Tantlin.
Yes.
Okay.
As quick as you can go.
You begin to make your way through... Orgrix is still sort of following the path of the Styx, and you begin to make your way through this battlefield. And the things that you can see, just sort of off the bat, especially Zant, who has that, the very observant trait to him. The things that you spot are, there's a lot of fire damage on the ships. You can tell that several of them burned. But there's also more like metallic ships, and a lot of those ones seems to have suffered more like heavy bludgeoning damage. As like there's a lot of areas in their hulls where it looks like something just rammed through them, punctured a hole, and then they just like started capsizing. And now that you're actually in the water, you can see that there are bodies of devils sort of face down and face up in the water, just dotting this battlefield.
So, I hate to say it this way too, but this could also be an opportunity to get more soul coins, guys.
How many more
Do
can
we-
we carry? I think
Do we
can
need
only
more?
carry one more.
Yeah, I
Am I?
only have one.
Can Orgrix carry some?
Do we want to trust Orgrix with our soul
We
coins?
trust him so far. I would say he's trustworthy.
Orgrix kind of hears this conversation going down and says, I've got no real need for soul coins. My kind actually trade in the real stuff, gold. So if you're gonna give me anything, give me more of that.
I was actually going to offer Orgix more gold because of how harrowing everything has been, and because I want him to be here when we get back.
Based on what you heard from the sort of creature that Orgrix is, that might not be a bad idea.
Yeah. How much have we paid him so far?
So far, it's only been what Cial gave Orgrix. So
We have no idea how much that is.
Yeah, I guess I'll ask Orgix. Hey, what was your fee for this mission so far?
Okay, I don't remember the sum. That's the problem. I'd have to go through my notes. There's no way I'm going to find it off the top of my head. He gives you a sum, and it's probably a couple hundred gold total.
Oh, I think we can give him more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to ask.
I mean, probably it's like 5 to 6, I guess, 100
Yeah.
gold.
Zan, how much do we have in the party coffers?
Let me check, but we have thousands.
Yeah, I want to give him maybe 100 gold to tide him over.
Okay, yeah, I can shell out 100 gold. So I'll
Okay.
give you a pouch of gold to Thaddeus.
Okay. And I'll pass it off to Orgix to say, here, things have been a little bit hotter than we had anticipated, so you probably deserve a little bit of hazard pay.
It kind of just gives you a nod and a praising look and kind of slides it into his pocket. No real comment on it. It seems as if that's like common practice to him. Like he's not surprised by the gesture at all.
Yeah.
It's probably also around this point, now that you've actually alighted on the plane of Stygia, that Passion sort of pulls, comes up to Harmony, extends a hand and says, if I'm going to be allowed to leave, like I think we discussed, I think this is the point where I get off.
Wait, maybe does Passion know what's going on out down here?
You want to ask?
Yeah.
He was kind of keeping to himself, so he might
think
not have
somebody
heard the
should
internal
ask.
discussions about
Yeah,
it.
go ahead and ask.
Okay, I'll ask Passion and say, hey Passion, before you go, what's going on down here?
He kind of gives you a hard look and says, you mean to tell me that you were in the Hells for as long as you've been and you haven't heard about what's going on?
Why don't you tell us, and maybe it'll...
You're about to tell us.
He kind of throws up his hands and says, all right, fair enough. Before I leave, last thing. A little while back, I don't know, maybe a few weeks ago at this point, there was a sudden surge of demons at the mouth of the River Styx in Avernus, and, well, that's nothing new. Zariel and her forces, they're well used to dealing with surges of demons. They come and they go. It's just sort of the nature of the enemy that we fight. But the initial wave of demons never ceased and was followed by something big, something that was completely unexpected, considering it hasn't set foot in Avernus in a long time. A demon lord, that is to say. And not only any demon lord, the Prince of Demons himself. And Zariel has been completely beset by this attack, and that's actually why she was seeking the sword. That's why she's so bent on it. She thought she could turn it into a hellish weapon that she could wield against this foe and use it to turn it back to the abyss. But like I said, that's not my concern. My only concern was with Discord, so just kind of like puts up his hands and says, am I good to go, or what?
So is this Demon Lord on this layer, or is it still in Avernus?
Oh, it made it past Zariel's defenses about a day or two ago. It's no longer in Avernus.
Is that what destroyed all those watchtowers in Avernus?
Kind of nods solemnly.
Oh.
Does anyone know why he's here?
Passion kind of slowly shakes his head and says, there's no real rhyme and reasons to the demons. Like, it'd be impossible to say why here, why now. All we know is that this is the most successful incursion into the Hells since Zariel herself, and she's not happy about it.
Well, thank you for the information.
Kind of gives a nod and says, so, good to go?
Yeah.
Okay. And then he just kind of extends a hand down to Harmony and says, just think about what we talked about, okay?
I will.
You shake his hand?
Yes.
Yeah. He kind of, when you grab his hand and shake it, he grabs your hand with a second hand and gives you a very firm shake and looks you directly in the eyes. And then he basically unfurls his wings, hops off the boat, and just before he hits the water of the river Styx, like inches above it, begins to flap, such that he's flying just above the river layer, and then he heads back towards the waterfall. And as he goes, Harmony, you sort of, I think, in sort of like an instinctual thing, you find yourself holding your Chaos Amulet, just as you're sort of thinking about Discord, and there's sort of there's a humming, pulsing sensation that wasn't there before.
Okay.
And it just kind of continues as it's in your hand. And as you maybe take your hand back a little bit, maybe it's your imagination, it seems a little brighter than before. Like the colors are flashing brighter.
That's weird. I wonder if this is because of Discord or because we're getting closer to Malagard.
Could be either.
And then I think Moloch also, taking care of all of the departures in one go. Moloch also, pretty soon thereafter, would sort of hop up on Harmony's shoulder and just sort of get your attention and say, all right, well, as we discussed, you've got a heading. I need to go rendezvous with my troops, so next time I see you, it'll be as we descend into the 6th, right?
I think so. Yeah, I'll contact you when we're ready to leave.
He kind of gives a nod and says, perfect. I think if we just meet up in Tantalon, that'll be the place to do it, since there's portals down to the 6th there within the city. So.
Oh, great. That sounds good.
Kind of gives you a nod and says, in sort of like a rare moment of sincerity, just says, really, seriously, thank you for coming this far with me. And then he flaps his little wings off, staying close to the water, and disappears into the distance ahead of you.
I'll watch him go.
Yeah, the last thing you see is kind of like a faint glitter of a gold scale before he disappears into darkness.
Do I still have, speaking of golden scales, do I still have that scale that summons them to me?
I think you would, probably.
That's good to know.
I think while people are lining up and giving goodbyes to Harmony, and they're taking the next hit and so on, I'm like, I shoulder Mara and I'm like pointing at the wreckages and be like, how much gold do you think is in that one? What about that one? what if we salvage that one? How much do you think it's worth?
Don't tempt me right now. I'd go off in a heartbeat. You know me.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Rubbing my hands.
I'm like, ooh, that one looks expensive.
Zant, as you're sort of sitting on the side of the ship, eyeing the wreckages with Mara, you spot actually a creature among the wreckage of one of the big warships. And it's a weird-looking creature. It's very strange. Let's see if I can open its images so that I can describe it well. It's kind of like serpentine in a lot of ways. You can see that it's kind of like slithering across the surface of the water, and it has this long, maybe 15, 20-foot long tail that sort of extends back off of it. But then at some point in the front, its body rears up to kind of a humanoid shape. But it's very distinctly not any sort of humanoid you've seen before, because this entire thing is covered in these like blade-like scales, and then its arms culminate down into these wicked-looking hooks. And then its head, which is also covered in these blade-like scales that sort of stand up and flare, is very almost lizard-like, and it has these sort of intelligent green eyes, and it's sort of lurking in the wreckage of the ship, and it seems to have spotted you.
I see. So I'll point it out and just say, hey.
And it's actually, it seems to be pointing in your direction.
Oh, so what? We point back then. But is it pointing at us and as in like communicating to other things to say, like to signal them to us, or is it trying to get our attention?
Make an insight check.
Okay. Give me 1 sec. I need to. Where'd they go? Oh, here they are. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a 20. What is that? 22?
22?
22?
This thing is very alien, very weird, but with your sort of very perceptive, very intuitive nature, it does seem to you as if it is signaling something else in your direction, but that other thing seems to be unseen to you.
Okay. So I'll go back to the rest of the group as they're finishing goodbyes and whatnot, and say, "Hey, something sees us, and it's pointing out to its friend or something about our location."
Did you show it on mark of safe passage?
No, but I mean, it's not. It's pretty far away, right?
It was maybe. So you're in like the middle of the sticks, and there's like 30 feet of the sticks on either side of you. It was maybe 30 feet beyond the edge of that, sort of in the wreckage of one of the ships that you're sailing past.
Okay. Do we only have one of those papers, or does everybody have a paper?
Everyone's got one.
And they're not papers, they're like marks on our wrists.
Okay. So I guess I can go back to the side of the ship that it was on and kind of show the mark on my wrist.
Okay.
Point to it.
The Smirk wave.
Basically, when you raise your wrist, sort of like the blue magical energy that represents your safe passage within Stygia flares to life. And the creature sees that, and it opens its mouth in a very toothy smile, and you can see that its teeth are almost like they're needles. They're not like serrated edges like a shark's, or they're not like normal human teeth or anything like that. They're pointed, and they're very sharp looking. And it just kind of opens its mouth wide and then lets out this like guttural holler that echoes out across the ocean. And and that's when you begin to hear something wet hit against the side of the drowning kiss, and then against the other side. And as you lean over the edge of the boat, you can see creatures beginning to scale the side of the boat. And let me tell you what they look like.
You, my poor ship.
They are they're basically like human-sized, except they're more like bulbous and plump. They almost look like they could be related to frogs in some way. They sort of have that same shape to them, except that they are covered in like spikes on the back, and they have these kind of like bumpy ridges all over them. And they are all, when they open their teeth, they also have these like sharp pointed teeth. But they're like looking up at you as you're looking over the railing with these big yellow eyes that have these horizontal black slits in them, and they're climbing up with murderous intent. So I think let's roll initiative.
How large are these creatures?
Human size, you said.
You said human size?
Human-sized frogs.
Are these the things that have poured out from Harmony's amulet before?
Slutty?
There's a lot of frog creatures in D&D. These look different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure that this was not Harmony's fault.
These are non-slotty frogs. Okay, well. So I think as we're rolling initiative, I'm like, Thaddeus, it didn't work!
I rolled a natural 20.
This is what diplomacy gets you in the hells, I guess.
What you would glean from that interaction, Hunter, being intuitive as you are, is that the creatures you're dealing with are probably not devils.
Ah. Okay. Interesting. Are they still fiends, though?
Still fiends. Definitely fiends, but not devils.
My attack damage doesn't care.
So tell me what you got on your initiatives.
I rolled a natural...
Oh, 17.
17. Harmony?
19. Oh.
12.
12. Zant?
19.
Okay. And Byakko?
19.
I love it when you're together.
We're always together.
Mara?
I rolled a nat 20, so it's a 28.
28.
Oh, poor Mara.
Okay.
Going first.
Yep, Mara, you are up first. So,
okay.
Of course you are.
Looking over the side of the boat as you are, you can see that there are, on this side, 3 of these frog-like creatures climbing up the side of the boat.
Okay, so since everybody's on the boat and they're in the water, I want to do the action that with the lightning dagger, because it will go to the other creatures. Ooh. If they're close. They're pretty close together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you hit one of them with the lightning dagger, then it will
leap to the other.
To the other. Yep, that's true.
Okay, so let's roll for that. All right, I'll get this good one that just did a 20. Okay, so that is a 27.
27. That definitely hits. Yep.
Okay. Sneak attack.
I don't...
Nope.
If you're throwing it, are you melee attacking him?
I'm going to have to throw it.
Well, couldn't you do a pirate thing and, like, swing down and, like, you know?
You could swing down on the rope if you want to get up close to it for the sneak
swing
attack.
Up.
Yeah.
Well, this is my ship.
It's your ship, exactly.
This is my ship, and I probably have them rigged everywhere. Let's do it, man.
Yeah, get him to that sneak attack.
Samara quickly grabs the rope and rappels back over the side, and then comes down swinging with the dagger. Is that how that looks?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
That sounds awesome. Okay, let me see if I have enough here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yes.
The bird from the crow's nest shouts, "Uh-oh!" as frost forms on its beak.
40.
40 points of damage.
And then it...
all of that is dagger damage, or is there some lightning in there?
It says lightning. On a hit with this dagger, lightning leaps to another target within 20 feet. And it says, roll an attack roll against the new target as if it were a dagger, but it deals lightning damage instead.
Okay, so make that attack roll then.
Nat 20.
Okay. But
Serious?
it's not sneak attack, so it's just the dagger. You roll that damage twice.
Okay.
As you stab into the one creature's back, but then lightning just leaps across to the other.
Okay, so a 3. Oh,
Uh,
I'm sorry,
3
I
is
rolled
what
the
you
wrong
rolled?
thing. I rolled the wrong thing. A 2
Plus
Okay,
your.
but you-
and a 3.
Okay.
Because it's just 1d4.
Right,
It is, but you add your regular damage too, I think.
you would.
What's your damage bonus? It's like 5.
Plus 5. Oh, okay, plus 5. Okay, so 7,
10?
7 and 10.
Okay.
If there's 2 more.
Well, I think it only leaps to one creature.
Okay, I thought for some reason I thought. Okay, never mind. I'm getting it confused with the thunderstorm.
But the lightning leaps across to one of them, and you can watch as it kind of like almost rolls over the creature without doing too much damage, and then like continues off into the water. And it seems like the creature has some resistance to lightning.
Okay, I was hoping with the water effect. Okay.
Uh,
I better get back on the ship then.
okay. So you pull yourself back up real quick.
Yep.
All right, easy enough. As Orgrix realizes that the ship is under attack, he kind of grabs an oar that he kind of uses like a walking stick, and he whips that around in the sky, and the air around the ship turns into sort of this howling wind, and almost as if it is sort of protecting the space around the ship a little bit.
Nice.
Then it is Xant's turn.
That's pretty cool. Alright. So, if I take a high position on the ship, can I shoot down at these creatures that are climbing?
Yeah, you want to climb up to like the crow's nest?
Could I do that and then shoot down at them?
I don't see why not.
I'm gonna do it then. So I will make some shots against these foes. These fiends even. That is very bad. That is a 19 to hit.
That'll hit. Are you aiming
Okay.
for one of the ones that Mara already hit, or?
How's the one that she sneak attacked? How's that one looking?
Hurt, but I mean not like on death's door yet or anything like
Okay.
that.
So I'll shoot
It was
that
a
one
nat
first.
22.
On the second part, yeah. I will do... How much damage is this? 26 damage to that one.
Your arrow seems to, it's something you're very used to seeing at this point.
Mhm.
It digs in, but not as much as you'd want. So,
Okay. I will shoot that one again. I will use the Beholder Bowstring. I got a 30 to hit. Oh, sorry, 28.
Mhm.
And then Beholder Bowstring says it's a number 1, which is Paralyze. No, sorry, Charm. It's a Wisdom save, DC 15.
Okay. Let's see. How do these things do on wisdom saves? Let's find out. Well, that's a 4. So tell me about the charm effect.
Okay. So I think I shoot this thing and it like hits its head and it like kind of clocks it, and then it gets a little confused and it's like having trouble discerning friends from foes at that point. And so charm, it just perceives me or us as allies now, right? Does that mean that it sees all its other
Oh, it
companions as
basically
allies?
it just applies the charmed effect to it. Is that how that
Sure.
works?
Yes, it is charmed.
I can read you what the charmed effect does.
It says charmed by you for 1 minute or until it takes damage.
A charmed creature can't attack the charmer, so that's you,
Okay.
or target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects. The charmer has advantage on any ability check to interact socially with the creature. Those are the benefits.
Okay, so that doesn't... Well, other than taking magical damage now, which is now 31 damage on the arrow, I'm not sure how to utilize this charm further. So I'll shoot a different one. That is a 24 to hit.
Yep, that'll do.
And I will use a Demon Ichor arrow on this one. See what kind of weird double-headed frog creatures we get out of this one. That is 28 damage with the Demon arrow.
Okay. The demon arrow doesn't make it magical.
Okay.
So that's only... Oops, I almost felt way too much damage here. But it'll need to make... I was not prepared for Demon Ichor. Gotta go find that page now. Alright, here we go. It needs to make a Constitution saving throw, I believe. Yep.
Okay.
Let's see how it does. It passes, so there's no
Okay.
further effect on that arrow.
Okay. And that's my turn.
Okay. I just realized I never rolled for any of these things on D&D Beyond, so they're all at initiative 0. That's why you're all going first. Thaddeus, you're up, I guess. Or sorry, Biako. Then
Yes.
Thaddeus.
Biako is going to hold a leap attack on the first one that climbs up to the top. The first non-charmed one that climbs up to the top.
Okay. Then it is Thaddeus' turn.
All right. How many of these things are there?
Do you want to be sort of looking down the side of the boat that Zant and Mara were looking down on, or the other side?
The other side.
Okay. There's 2 climbing up the other side. So
Okay.
3 on one side, 2 on the other side.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna fly down and strike at one of these guys.
Okay.
I can just fly now. Remember that?
Oh yeah, you can. That's sweet. So good.
I just have wings. It's great.
This is the first time that they've been useful, though. So what does that look like?
He's a little unsteady with them, I think, at this point, because he hasn't used them very much. So it's not super graceful at this point, but he gets it done. And gonna make 2 attacks on this guy, this frog thing. The first one is a 24 to hit.
Yep, that'll do it.
The second one is a 15 to hit.
That'll just do it.
That was a 2-1 die. So like.
Well, good to know.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I want to put any smites on these right now because I don't have any conception of how tough they are. So I'm just going to do normal damage. And none of this is cold anymore, so I don't have to worry about separating out my damage.
Exactly.
But some of it is radiant. Let's see here. So that is 2d slashing plus 1d radiant.
So you do have to separate it anyway. It's just a different way.
Yeah.
There's actually no need to separate the radiant for these.
Okay, good.
So.
Let's see. Oops.
Just save you some trouble.
Thank you. 44 damage all told.
Oh snap. Okay, I will deal that to this one here. That's a new one. Okay. So you just kind of cut into this thing, and it looks up at you and hisses, and it bears its very wide mouth of sharp teeth.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, nothing else happens there. Harmony.
Oh. So, how many of them did you say there were?
Looks like there's 5. 3 on one side, 2 on the other.
Like climbing up the sides or on the deck?
Climbing up the sides. They haven't made it onto the deck yet. And there's also that serpentine creature off to one of the sides as well.
Cool. Hold on. Is the serpentine creature within 60 feet of the boat?
Yeah, it just is, really. It's pretty much hanging at just about 60 feet off.
Cool. I'm gonna run over and cast Dominate Monster on it.
Okay, you're gonna sort of lean over the side of the boat and cast it? Yep.
Mhm.
That seems like a good idea. Let me pull up. Cool. What kind of save is that?
Wisdom.
Ooh, it rolled well, but your spell save DC is high, and wisdom's not its best. That's only a 19, so that's a fail.
Yes!
Woo! We got a sea serpent.
Okay, I guess you can't take direct control yet. So what's your like surface level command?
My surface level command is protect the drowning kiss.
Okay, noted. Anything else on your turn then?
Ooh, well, I'm going to find a place to take shelter from the frogs.
You can come up with me.
I don't know if I have enough movement to do that. But if I
Probably not.
like duck into like the stairway that heads down below deck and just kind of crouch in there.
Okay.
To get some cover.
In that case, you can definitely do that. So you're a little bit out of the way. In that case, it is then the serpent creature's turn. And doing its best to protect the drowning kiss, you see it kind of swirls its hands in the air, and a spout of water erupts from underneath one of the frogs and attempts to sort of grab the frog and pull it back down off the drowning kiss. So let me see what it needs to do.
Finally, a creature that I was able to dominate just like that. I feel like Ethan put it in water just for me.
You know, maybe I did.
Frogs are
Maybe
so
I did. Maybe I didn't.
confused. I could just imagine the frogs like, what the?
There we go. Oh, they've got resistance here too. So, unfortunately, it makes its save, but something still happens, I believe. Do you want to roll for me 4d8 plus 4?
Well, sure.
And we'll say this is the one that Mara stabbed into pretty heavily, and then Xant shot a couple times as well.
Ooh, above average. I don't actually know if that's true. So, let's see. That's 21.
Okay.
Plus what?
4.
Plus 4.
So 25.
That's above average.
As this spout of water grabs onto it, you can see that the water sort of originated next to this serpent creature and then arced out across the way towards the frog. And as the water sort of grasps around the frog, you see that it's actually acidic, and it's like eating away at the frog's flesh, and it's trying to pull the frog off the ship, but unfortunately it fails to do that. So the creature then slithers almost like an arrow through the water, just incredible speed, over towards the boat, and then makes a bite and 2 claw attacks. So roll me 3d20.
Okay.
And tell me what you get on all of those.
2, 11, and 3.
Okay, so 2.
I shouldn't have brought the dice cover down here.
This is how good this creature is with us controlling it.
Right. Well, one of those is a hit. Let's see. 2 of this claw. So it'd be a claw. So roll me 4d6 plus 4.
46 plus 4.
Yep.
Wow, way below average. 7, 8, 9, plus 4, 13.
13. Okay, and these attacks don't seem to be magical, so they only do a portion of that.
That was real bad. I rolled 2 1s and a 2.
Yep.
But
How
the
much did
frog
you say it
creature
was?
that was slashed into with the... Sorry?
Go ahead. Keep going.
The frog creature that was slashed into with sort of the hooks at the end of this serpent's arms sort of looks back at the serpent creature and says something in Abyssal. Do any of you speak Abyssal?
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay. Well, it says something to the dominated creature, but the dominated creature's eyes are just glazed over and it doesn't respond.
Ethan, can you add another 13 damage onto the thing that I hit? Because I forgot how much sword damage I do.
I sure can. You hit this one. There we go. Damage. Now it's the frog's turn. And this is where things might get a little bit dicey. They make their way up onto the deck. All 5 of them alight on the deck. Harmony, actually, you want to make an attack of opportunity against the frog as it leaves the serpent creature's...
Threat range?
In the serpent creature's threat range.
Oh, yes!
Yep, so add +9 to this. We'll do a bite.
Is one of them leaving my range too?
Actually, that one would hang out and be with you, I think,
Okay.
for now.
+9 to the d20 roll?
Yep.
That's a 27.
Okay, that hits. So roll me 4d12 plus 4, please.
Whoa!
That is good.
This is a good creature to dominate.
I'm very happy right now. Did you say 4d12?
Yep.
Okay. That is, whoa. 11, 22, 29. No, 30.
Plus what?
Okay,
So
plus 4.
So
34.
that's
So
more
17 halved.
that's more dice damage than I did with a frost giant potion of strength or whatever against Orochi. I did like 3d12 and like 1d6.
Yeah, this creature is really tough. But okay, after that, all of the frogs make it up on the deck, except for the one that is hanging out with Thaddeus right now. Let me bring up their stats, see what they can do. Okay. All of them that are on the deck, let's see, there's 4 on the deck. 2 of them look over at Zant. And one of them looks at Mara.
Also,
Harmony's
Bianca's
kind of-
action goes off.
That's true. Go ahead and take care of that first.
Okay.
Maybe Byakko can kill this one that just got attack of opportunity. Let's find
Maybe. Come on, Bianco, you got this. He got a 15 to hit.
That's just enough.
Oh my gosh. Alright. So he needs to make a
He passes his
18.
strength save.
okay.
Yep.
That is 16 damage.
Even halved, that is enough to...
That's magic.
Oh, right. Well, then that is more than enough to do away with one of the frogs, which just falls back into
Nice.
the river Styx and just kind of submerges there.
Take that trophy.
So only 3 of them appear on deck. And I think the creatures that they can see would be Zant, Mara, and Byakko.
Which charmed?
The one that just died, unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the one?
Because that was the one you hit first.
But Thaddeus opportunity attack. Oh, I see. But you're talking about the creature's opportunity attack. Okay,
Right,
that's
right.
fine. Charm was kind of whatever, anyways.
Yes, so Zant, Byakko, and Mara need to make intelligence saving throws as these things affix their massive, froggy, yellow eyes with the weird horizontal slits on you and begin to exert a magical effect upon you.
I think that Harmony will probably get Thaddeus' aura. I don't know if
Harmony actually doesn't have to make the save
Yeah, I
because
was
she's
gonna
sort of
say,
hidden.
I'm the one that doesn't need to do this.
Thaddeus does too, as the one that you're fighting makes the same
Oh,
attempt.
okay. I don't know if Zant would get it, is my point, because he's all the way up in the crow's nest.
Yeah, probably not.
But Mara should.
So it's a plus what?
+5. And what save is this? Is this wisdom?
Intelligence.
Oh, intelligence.
I got a 19.
Okay.
I got a 17.
Okay.
22.
And Byakko?
Bianco rolled a natural 20. So it's quite a bit.
Man, you guys are lucky.
20. If Bianco gets the bonus, it's like 30 almost.
Yep. All of you pass.
Phew.
And nothing happens.
Okay.
Cool. Good turn, guys. Orgrix kind of just like looks down at the group of you and says, "Get him off the boat!"
Yeah, what did his thing do? His like
Uh,
windy business.
it would have protected against flying creatures, but these things didn't fly. So
Ah, okay.
Am
And I tell him, you think I want these things on my boat?
oh, that's a good point. Thaddeus, you are flying.
Am I having a problem?
Let me look at the specifics of this.
Your first flying session. You're
I know.
whirling.
Thanks. Thanks, Orgrix.
Thaddeus, make me a strength saving throw.
Okay, I'm decent at these.
Oh no.
That's a 21.
Okay, yeah, it's more than enough. Basically, the air around you is just difficult terrain to you right now, but it's like battering at you. And if you weren't exceptionally strong like you are, you might have been knocked out of the sky.
Great.
Yep, very good. Good job, workers. Then it is up to Mara again.
Okay. Are we gonna get out some more daggers? 22.
22. So this will be the one that your lightning leaped to earlier. That hits.
Okay. So sneak attack is fine again. Just wanna
Oh yeah,
double check.
definitely.
Okay. 20.
I love hearing over the hangouts the sound of all of the dice. So many.
45.
Ooh, okay.
And can I do it
As-
offhand?
You certainly can.
I know, roll to hit. So that is a 26.
Easy enough. That does it.
And then it would be just a little extra zing to it. Oh, where'd you go? There you are. Beep! 3!
All right.
So,
Oh, I'm sad that wasn't on camera.
This is the same one that kind of looked at, tried to fix you with that gaze of its before, and you just kind of rush up to it and like start stabbing, and black blood is spilling all over the deck of the Drowning Kiss.
yeah.
Great.
Next up is Orgrix's lair actions here.
Can Thaddeus yell at Orgrix to cut this out?
Yeah, the wind stops. That stops.
So helpful.
And instead, wind from behind the ship kicks up and begins pushing the boat faster down the river Styx.
Okay.
Sort of leaving the serpent creature behind a little bit.
Orgrix! What are you doing?
How far
then
does
it's
it
Zant.
go?
The Drowning Kiss goes 20 feet on its own, plus 30 for this ability, so 50.
Okay,
That's
cool.
probably fine.
Pretty fast, right?
Yeah, that was able to
Yeah.
cover 60 feet in one turn, so it'll catch up.
Yeah.
Zant, it's you.
Okay. Well, I will follow orders of the current captain, and I will use pushing attacks to try and knock these things off the boat.
Okay.
So here we go. That is a 25 to hit on one of them.
That'll do it.
I'll just shoot the one that Mara just stabbed. It has to make a DC 20 strength saving throw.
Okay, I don't think
Are they
it
like
has-
right on the edges of the ship?
No, they've kind of moved into the deck a little bit.
Okay, are any of them 15 feet? Like if I did a push of 15 feet, would they get knocked off the boat?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
It's not opening the stat block for a second, so hold on.
I'll use the bowstring again as well, if I need to.
Okay, so how many strength saves do I need to make? Just the
Well,
one?
just one right now.
Okay.
Um,
They aren't great at these, so that's a 7.
okay, so I also need to make a wisdom saving throw, or be slept.
It passes its wisdom save.
It just
So
like
it
falls
not
off and
slept.
sleeps. Sinks. Okay, and then I'll just roll damage here. So that's pretty low. Is 31 damage on the first shot.
Okay, and that's with the bowstring, so it's magic.
Yep. And did it get knocked off the edge then?
With just 5 feet?
15.
Oh, 15? Then yeah, I'd say that pushes it off.
Okay, so I will... Oh, and then I'm going to use my reaction to have Byakko get another attack, and then I'll shoot that one as well. I'll do my attack, which is a 15 to hit, and then
It's
Byakko's
the-
attack.
Same creature?
Yep, I'm attacking the one that Byakko's next to, and Byakko gets a 26 to hit.
Okay, both of those hit.
Okay, and that's Byakko's damage, my damage, and then it needs to make a strength saving throw or be pushed off the boat.
It is pushed off the boat.
Okay, but before that, it takes 11, 14 magic damage from Byakko, and then 32 damage from me.
Not magic.
Not magic from me.
Very good. Anything else from you?
One more shot. I will hit, let's see, that's a 25 to hit, and then I'll just do regular damage on the last one.
This is another one that's on the deck, or one that you've pushed in?
The last one that's on the deck.
Okay, got it.
And this is going to be 40 damage.
Done.
And
You're just a turret up there at the top,
Yep.
just firing arrows down.
that's my job. And that is my turn.
Then it's Byakko.
Okay.
There's no other
Byakko,
creatures on the deck.
He will. There's one creature on the deck. I didn't push that one off
Oh, right.
because I wanted him to have a pounce target. So
Very
he's
true.
gonna pounce and claw at this one. That is a crit, and he has to make a DC 18 strength saving throw.
Oh, he just passes.
Dang. Okay, well that's fine. Byakko does 20 damage.
Okay.
And that is Byakko's turn.
Very good. Then it goes to Thaddeus.
Alright.
So you just see this frog just land in the water next to you.
Thaddeus, who is now 50 feet behind the boat and has a fly speed of 30,
Oh no!
swears at Orcrix again and uses his movement to catch up to the boat and then dashes to land
Wait.
on...
Were you that far away from the boat? Couldn't you have just grabbed on? Didn't fold?
I would say make a deck save to try and grab on if
Okay.
you want to like
Alright,
hold
yeah.
onto the edge. Yep.
Yes, I want to do that. So that I don't waste my whole turn getting back on the boat.
I forgot that you were there. I'm sorry.
Orcrix sucks. I hate Orcrix. It's a 17 deck save.
Alright, yeah, you catch on the edge of the boat, just
Okay. Alright,
as
now
it just zooms forward.
then I'm gonna make a couple of attacks against this stupid thing.
Man, these things are actually really nasty, but because like that effect failed on all of you,
Uh-huh.
they just seem really dumb.
Let's see here.
That's the effect
He's like
Yeah.
we
one,
have.
one-
Oh yeah.
one trick pony frogs.
That's 2 hits. So let me roll my damage here.
Okay.
And I don't have to separate any of this out, you said.
Right.
And I rolled really cleanly into 10s, so that's nice. 58 damage.
Whoa.
That one does not look happy at that at all.
Good. That is also
Nor
kind of
should he.
annoyed right now.
Harmony. I'm going to send you this creature's stat block over Hangouts.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. You can
I was gonna say, like, I
take a
don't
look at that.
know if I need to take complete control. I can just give him another free command, which is,
If that's what you want to do, then that's what you can do.
hold on. Let me see. Did you? Oh, it's not gonna. Wait. Oh, there it is. There it is. How many of these frog things are left?
1, 2. There's 4 left.
And are they all on the deck, or are they still climbing up?
3 of them were tossed into the water.
Oh, they're in the water.
One of them's on the side.
Oh shit. Wait, so can this creature... Okay, I'll take complete control of it,
Okay.
and I will have it swim up to the 3 that fell in the water.
Okay.
Are they all within... Can they all be, like, within 30 feet of each other? So I can go water.
The grasping spout, is that what you want to do?
No. The correct water.
Oh, yeah. You
Oh,
can
it's
definitely do that.
at the start of each of its turns, though, so I guess it's before it moves.
Yeah, that's true.
Never mind. Okay, so it's going to use its bonus action to use Undertow when it gets within range of everybody.
Okay.
Make it difficult terrain. And then, yeah, I guess it's just going to multi-attack the frog thing.
Yeah, so basically as it gets up next to the Drowning Kiss, the water begins to churn around it, and the Drowning Kiss begins to slow down, and then all of the creatures are kind of like pulled under a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then what?
Yeah, so it'll make an attack on each of them, I guess.
Okay.
It's Grasping Sprout, and then a bite, and then... Oh, wait, no, it can use Grasping Sprout and then make 3 attacks.
Indeed.
Okay.
And you could use the spout on the one on the deck if you want, because it's within 60. You could pull it down.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I should just let you drive.
He was planning to anyway.
I'm more familiar with the stat block at this point than you are, so I was just trying to give you an option.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll make a saving throw for the one that is still on the deck.
Mm-hmm.
It fails, so it is pulled down into the water as this cone of like acid water just leaps up onto the deck and then withdraws back towards.
And I'll roll that 48 plus 4.
Yep.
Does that count as it leaving someone's threat range?
No,
Or
because
opportunity
it's
attacks?
forced movement.
Okay.
Okay, so that is 19 plus 4 is 13 acid damage.
Okay.
How's it looking?
This one was not very injured at all.
Okay. What about the other
The others are looking much more injured.
in the water? Okay, then it's gonna bite the one it just pulled off of the deck.
Okay. Just the water pulls it straight to it, and then it just gets its jaws down around it.
Yeah, natural 20!
All right, so that's 8d12.
Natural 20! 8d12, bitches! Okay, hold
Who
on.
even has that many D12s?
I have that many
If
d12.
it's
Oh,
anybody,
yeah.
it's
That's
Kay.
Don't worry, I got this covered.
Did she add 4 also?
She does add 4.
Wait,
The
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
4. It's my little offhand.
7, 8, and then some. Okay, listen to the glorious sound of these as I roll them. Oh, yes.
Calculator time.
I got this. 10, 20, 30, 42, plus 4, 44.
Okay.
No, 46.
And this creature's attacks are not magical. So you said 46?
46.
Okay.
Not 4d6.
46. Yep, I got it.
46.
Its teeth sink into the frog, and the frog is just kind of like howling in pain.
Doesn't have magical fangs. Okay.
It does not.
Alright, and then... Yeah, if this frog is still alive, it's just gonna keep... gonna claw it.
So it turns the side blades of its arms onto it. Sure.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna roll both of these d20s at the same time.
Those of you who are watching this thing is basically in its like prime hunting position now. It has used the like cone of water to pull something towards it, and then it's clamped down onto it and is basically just tearing into it ferociously with these claws. It is a very primal scene right now. This thing it's pretty nasty.
One is a 25 and the second is a 18.
To hit or damage?
Both to hit.
Okay, those both hit.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll the damage all at once.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'll roll them separately. That's easier to calculate. I'm having a Zach turn, you guys.
Or a prismatic spray turn.
Well, prismatic spray takes like half an hour on its own, so
Yeah,
it's not quite that bad.
it's equivalent. It's like that's the stair step. Like prismatic spray, and then Zach, and
So
then
the first one does
this
14.
creature. Then dominate monster turns apparently are right with me.
How much, Kay?
14 for the first attack. And 17 for the second attack.
Okay.
Okay. That's all of its attacks on the frog.
Alrighty, then it is the frog's turn.
Wait, no, that was my turn.
Right, I believe with Dominate Monster, when you take control, you basically step onto its turn. Like, it...
I can use my action to take complete control.
Okay, tell me... I guess read the rest of it to me.
Hold on.
Like, I don't think it jumps... Like, it doesn't get a second turn when it's turn.
No, it doesn't get its turn, but I still get my... I feel like I still get the rest of my turn as my point.
Yeah, you totally do if you've got other things you want to do. That's true.
Let me see.
Now it's a Zach turn. That was only my first attack
Yeah,
round. Let me use
total and precise.
action surge.
So technically, all of that would have happened during its turn.
Yeah, its turn's right after your turn, though, so it's fine. We can be a little
So that basically
waffly
is
there.
telling it exactly what moves to do. Okay, and then for the rest of my turn, I'm going to duck farther down in the stairwell. There's no other frogs on the deck, right?
No, everything's in the water at this point.
Okay, then yeah, I'm just going to go a little bit farther down the stairs.
Okay. The frog creatures then will climb back up on the deck. They'll make their way up. Deck is how high? Yeah, okay, so they can just make it. They probably can't physically attack Mara or Zant because you guys are, positioned in such a way. In fact, probably the only one who could be physically attacked is Thaddeus.
Yeah.
Wait,
Or
where is
Byakko.
Or Byakko.
Byakko pounced near the the edge, I think, to make his attack. So he could probably be targeted by whichever one climbs on that side.
They're gonna switch targets, so their eyes, like they climb back up on the deck. Their eyes sort of go to different ones of you, but there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 of them now. So I guess that's Thaddeus, Byakko, Mara, and Zant. Intelligence saves again.
Oh, does Harmony's creature get an attack of opportunity if the other one left?
Oh, it sure does.
Oh, Harmony.
In fact, you know what we'll do instead of that? Because this one has been like eviscerated by the creature it thought was its boss, it will turn its gaze on that creature. So instead it will be Zant, Thaddeus, Mara, and Harmony, your charmed creature, all need to make the intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
Note, Harmony, that it has magic resistance, so you'll have advantage on this.
Okay. Wait, do I get my attack of opportunity first?
No, it's not leaving the threat range. It's just turning its gaze on its former master.
I see.
I rolled 2 19s, so I got 21.
Okay, so this is intelligent?
Yep.
So we don't get Thaddeus bonus since he's hanging out the side of the ship.
No, he's on the deck at this point. Are you? If you're on the crow's nest like Zant is, I don't think you get it. If you're on the deck, you do.
I don't think I climbed up. Well,
No, you're still on the deck. I
You're
believe.
good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yep.
It's just me. Unless you're swinging around somewhere on some, rigging or whatever.
okay, and it's a +4.
+5.
Plus
So it's
5.
5. Okay, so then it's 19.
Yeah, and
Okay, that's a pass. That's a pass.
My monster
21.
14 for my monster.
14. Sweet. I get to do something to the monster then. You guys can see how nasty this effect is and not on yourselves.
Yeah, the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Harmony, through your connection with the creature, first you feel it sort of, there's like an intense migraine that sets in its head, so it's going to take some psychic damage.
Are you keeping track of its HP?
I will, yes.
Okay.
This is the first time it's taking damage, though.
Yes. And it also gets to remake the saving throw against Dominate if it takes damage, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, it just took damage.
I think. Let me look it up.
All right. And then how would this play out through your connection? Let me think for a second while you're looking that up.
Every time the target takes damage, it makes a new Wisdom saving throw against my spell. If the saving throw succeeds, then my spell ends.
Okay. Then I will make that saving throw. Your DC is what now?
23.
23. No. I don't think it can pass that. In fact, it can't pass that. So it remains dominated.
It definitely can't.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can see its stats. Like, nope, it can't. It can't pass.
Little mighty Harmony.
Through your connection to the creature, you feel the creature's intelligence, any intelligence it had, is sort of sapped away, leaving only the creature's most base instincts. So, for reference, it has lost all its proficiencies, so we'll take that into account when it makes attacks. It can't cast any of its spells. It can't understand language, and its intelligence and charisma are 5.
That's
Whoa.
It's really nasty.
That's like Feeble Mind, right? Or is Feeble Mind worse?
It's a slightly simplified version of a feeble mind spell. Yep. So you feel this creature basically just become entirely primal instinct under your control, and that is the effect of that. And I think that was all the frogs, because there's only 4 left, and they made 4 gaze attacks. Yep. It's Mara.
Okay. So, can I move? So, okay, are they still on the deck now? They didn't get.
They are still on the deck. Yep.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna use my whip.
You got a whip.
I got a whip. Which is a 26 for that one.
Hits.
And do I get sneak attack with the whip too?
You certainly do.
And then that is... So it's still plus a d4. Okay. $30, 39 plus 6 is 45.
45. Okay.
And then...
You completely kill one of them.
Yahoo! Trophy!
And as its body falls back onto the deck of the Drowning Kiss, it just begins melting into black goo.
Sweet. Awesome! I whipped it good.
But there's still 3 left on the deck.
Oh, I thought it was only 2.
Oh, sorry, 2. Yep, because
Yeah.
one of them is down in the water with Harmony's dominated creature.
Okay, so I think that's it for me.
Okay. Then Orgrix's lair actions.
Orgrix doesn't have to.
Orgrix has done enough, I think.
He's done a good amount.
So there's at this point some like scratches on the deck of the Drowning Kiss from the scuffle that has happened. No serious damage, but if to the keen observer, you see that even the tiniest imperfections in the deck of the Drowning Kiss begin to heal over as if it were a living creature.
Wow,
Okay,
Yep.
That's fine.
that's kind of cool.
And then Thaddeus has to make what kind of save this turn?
And then Thaddeus has to make an intelligence saving throw. No, Zan, you're up.
Okay. All right. Well, how are these creatures looking? The ones on
Very
the...
bad, very bad.
Okay.
They're looking at each other with a little bit of. They're definitely doing the like communication with their eyes type thing, and they're probably chattering at each other in. Oh no, they've actually. Never mind. They're just doing like eye communication at each other right now.
Okay. Well, I'll communicate with them with an arrow,
Sounds good.
and I rolled a 25 to hit, a 20 to hit, and a 23 to hit.
Those are all good.
Okay. So, and then Byakko is also going to make an attack. He got a 23 to hit as well.
That will also do it.
So let's just roll some damage. First attack is 24 damage
From Zant.
from Zant. And then the next one is 32. And the next one is it's minimum damage, 23.
Okay.
And then
And
Byakko
Byakko comes in with the pounce.
pouncing. Well, he does. I think with my reaction, or maybe it's
Oh,
his
that's
reaction
right.
on my turn. I think it's just an attack. I don't think he can
That's a
actually
good
do
point. Good point.
pounce. And so that is 22 damage. Or sorry, no, 19 damage. Magic.
Okay.
Did any of
Uh,
them die?
None of them died.
None of them died?
The one that you shot took that entire barrage.
Oh
Just
my gosh!
hanging in there.
Wow, I thought that would finish one off for
But
sure.
then it's Byakko's turn, so
Okay. Byakko is going to pounce on one of them.
strength save fails.
Okay,
He's knocked
great.
prone.
Great. So he rolls a 26 to hit on the first attack and a higher than that, 29 to hit the next one. And then he gets 2d6, and separately the damage is 17 and 18.
Okay.
So 35 magic damage.
Between your combined 2 turns, tell me how you kill that one, leaving 2 left.
I think I'm shooting it down, and I end up like pinning it to the ground with its legs, and then Byakko comes in and just jumps on it and just like mauls it.
And then basically Byakko's like tearing into it, and just the black blood that was inside of it, the rest of its body starts to like turn into this like black ooze-like substance that just kind of dissipates onto the deck of the ship until it is no more.
And then Byakko rips the trophy from it with its mouth and throws it up to Zant at the crow's nest, and Zant's like, 2 trophies!
Then it's Thaddeus' turn.
Alright, so there's only one target for Thaddeus, which is bad for this thing, I think.
I think it is. Yep.
Yeah, so he's gonna fly over and make 2 attacks. Both of these hit, because neither of them are ones. So, let's do a lot of damage. Let's see. 50 damage.
Woo.
It is eviscerated as well. So Thaddeus' sword sort of swings cleanly through it, and the thing just begins dissolving in black sludge, like its companions before it.
It's nice to have a simple fight once in a while.
Yep. Then it's Harmony.
Oh, I have a dominate monster question. Do you get like information about its thoughts or like its mindset? Like, can you communicate with the creature somehow or get information? Like, why are you here? Why are you attacking us?
It's
like,
a
what's your
telepathic
objective?
link, but it's a telepathic link, but it's just to issue commands. I don't think that I get any information back from the creature.
Can you command it to tell us these things?
I mean, I suppose I could,
Okay. But you don't just like get information. It's just like
no,
like you said,
I don't just
simple
like
command.
download
Okay.
information by connecting to his hard drive.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
It can't communicate right now anyway.
I
Yep.
see. I guess
It
I was
is
curious. I was curious because you
Yeah.
can take direct control, and I didn't know if what that meant exactly.
It just means that I can like basically play it on its turn.
Okay.
If
Letting it play
If it weren't turned into a dumb creature by the magic gaze of these frogs, that may have been an application you could have used the spell for. You could have just
but it
dominated
doesn't. This one doesn't speak our language.
I mean,
My reading of it is it says while the creature is charmed, you have a telepathic link with it as long as you. And then it
No.
says,
But if I were to command it to tell us about itself, it would have to use its language to talk to
Right.
us.
Yeah.
this creature does have telepathy, though, so I think it
But
would
it
be
says
able to.
abyssal telepathy?
I think that's a misprint. Because there's no such thing as abyssal telepathy.
Yeah, I think it should be abyssal combat telepathy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
It looks like it's one thing, but okay.
it definitely does. Yeah, I'm seeing that now. I see what you mean, but I think that's not a thing. Abyssal telepathy is not a thing. So telepathy is So
Regardless,
under ordinary circumstances, you might be able to use the spell for that application, but
because I can
not in this
basically
case.
tell it to do whatever I want it to do. So
Or
if I
until
want it to explain itself, then it will do it. But
Okay.
but I don't like just automatically know things just by having this like telepathic link with it.
Okay. Got it.
So my turn. I'm going to tell this creature to I'm not going to take complete control. I'm going to use that free action to tell it to flee. To run away as far as it can run. Or swim away as far as it can swim.
Anything else you want to do on your turn? You issue that mental command.
Got one frog left in the water.
Yep.
Can I make it back out onto the deck? And see?
I don't see why not.
Okay. And how far away is the frog?
Down in the water, maybe like 5 feet away from the edge of the boat.
And 5 feet away from the edge of the boat?
Yeah.
Like, how far down is the water?
Like 15 feet total.
Oh, okay. How bad does it look hurt?
I mean, pretty bad, but it's not like on its last legs yet.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Fireball at a
Nice.
4th level. Centered on it. Or actually centered just below it, so it doesn't reach us.
Oh, you know what's cool? Roll your damage.
That was my wild magic roll. Wild magic does not trigger.
It fails.
Yay. Wait. Fireball at 4th level, so I haven't cast this in a while. 8d6 plus 1d6, so 9d6.
Like me, sneak attack. Woo!
Where are my other d6? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So Mara
8.
basically casts a single target fireball every turn.
Oh,
Is what you're saying.
can I make this Hellfire?
Certainly.
What was the roll for that?
You take damage equal to the level of the spell.
Okay, so I take 4 hit points.
Yep.
That's the most
Oh, wait.
anyone has taken this entire combat.
Yeah.
I'll have to roll concentration on Dominate Monster if I do that, but that's pretty easy to maintain.
Yeah, you should have that just fine.
Okay, so this is Hellfire. I ignored resistance to fire damage anyway, but now it's Hellfire. Wow, okay, well those two are not ones, they're twos because of my infernal bullshit.
Yes, the infernal bullshit ability.
I think it's called Elemental Adept or something, right?
No, I think Kay had it right.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
let me check
it's
the
in-
rules.
No, it's
You're
in the
right.
player
Yeah,
handbook.
in the
That's what it's
PHP, yeah, it
called.
says.
I was gonna get confused with the Infernal Constitution, but you're right, it's an Elemental Adept. And I think I'm gonna use a sorcery point to use Empowered Spell
Mhm.
to reroll some of these. And I can reroll 5 of them, but I'm gonna reroll 4 of them. I'll move these out of the way so they don't get changed accidentally. That's better. Okay, 20. 36.
36.
Damage.
So it's a little complicated because this thing is in water, which would normally give it resistance, but you'd ignore that anyways. But then this thing... okay. So you did 36 damage. This thing normally has vulnerability to fire.
Oh shit!
Yeah. It's a little complicated because of the resistances and then you ignoring it, but I think basically it would just... I'm just going to say the vulnerability counts. So 36 times 2. 4. What does that become? 72?
72.
Yep.
This thing fries in the water. It is dead. But unfortunately... yes.
Froggy sizzle.
Everyone
The,
got a trophy.
The snake creature that you had dominated is technically still there because it hasn't had its chance to flee yet. But it fares better against the fire, I think.
It's Hellfire.
Yeah, never mind. So it just takes the 36.
But it can't succeed at saving throw.
Yeah.
So.
And by you can't fail this concentration check either.
Yeah, because I have a +8 and then plus whatever Thaddeus's bonus is. I'm still in the range of that.
Yep. So basically, it just slithers off in the other direction.
Yep. I just told it to swim away.
Yep.
All right.
And I'm just gonna I like look over the corner, throw this bead of fireball off the edge of the deck, and then I stand up and just do this with my hands.
Yeah.
This is like Harmony's version of fishing with grenades. She just drops the fireball into the water and just like watches what happens. It's like,
You know, this is taking too long. I've dealt with it.
Yeah, I mean, water like sprays up and like some of it like sizzles and evaporates, but the thing is just gone when the smoke clears.
Yeah.
That felt good. I needed to let off some steam.
it was nice. I enjoyed that.
Once all is said and done, after the fireball goes off and the snake-like creature begins swimming in the other direction, Orgrix just kind of like shakes his head and says, under his breath, like, "Damn Hydroloths!" And just keeps shaking his head.
If I had known they had vulnerability, I would have been fire bolting them the whole time.
The one time we have fire vulnerable monsters, you don't do a single attack.
I've burned too many times. I'm scared to use my fire magic because it's just useless down here.
She's been burned by her own fire. Okay.
Yeah, I guess. They're not dragon turtles, Kay. All right.
Woohoo! We win.
So you're kind of left just sailing along the Styx in relative peace. I mean, none of you are harmed or anything like that.
Well,
so
Harmony
Four
took a
hit
few.
points.
Yeah.
I'm like bleeding from my pinky finger.
yeah, just a little bit.
Paper cut.
It's like one of those things where it's like a little trickle of blood from the nose.
Well, I was thinking it's like the Naruto thing where they bite their
Yeah.
thumb, make like the
Yeah.
hand sign.
That's the damage you took. Hellfire.
And as things kind of settle down, Harmony, you're once again sort of made aware of the light humming of the Chaos Amulet against the top of your chest. It just seems to be like pulsating a little bit more than usual. And I think Zant as well, with your observant nature, you've noticed that, yeah, actually, Harmony's Chaos Amulet seems to be like pulsing brighter than usual. But other than that, it's just kind of quiet and cold as you sail along down the Styx through Stygia.
Can I take a minute to just sit down and kind of like, I want to say attune to the amulet, but like focus on it and kind of figure out kind of what's going on with it as we sail into the town?
Well, the town is still quite a ways off.
Oh, good.
But you definitely have time.
Great.
Based on, if you ask Orbrix for an estimate, he says that it'll probably take, at the rate he can sail the Styx, being the sort of creature that he is, and knowing the Styx the way he does, it'll probably take at least a day and a half to get to town. It would take another creature much longer to cross the entire plane on the Styx, but for him, it's pretty quick.
Am I able to cast control weather and put a breeze behind us?
He kind of narrows his eyes at you and says, if you follow my directions exactly, that can make things a little faster. Deviate from my directions in the slightest, you'll put us behind by a week.
A week?
Well, okay, I don't know if I believe him, but I'll go along with him.
He'll go along with it? Okay. If you follow, do you intend to follow his directions exactly?
Sure.
Or do you want to test his delay?
No, I don't want to.
If you follow his directions exactly, then it'll just take a day for you to reach your destination.
Okay.
Cut half a day off.
Does that mean I can finish my con book?
It does.
Bodybuilding.
Building book?
So you can definitely take care of that, but I think before we end today's session, let's do a little bit of introspection on the amulet with Harmony. You sort of take it in your hand, you begin to, as if you were reattuning to it, but your attunement was never, it's not broken or anything like that, but you kind of like are examining it, and you're casting your mind towards it to sort of extend the arcane feelers towards it. And as you're holding it in your hand, it's definitely pulsing brighter. There's definitely an extra humming to it, and there's as you pay attention to it, you sort of the scene flashes back in your head. You're just sort of like in slow motion observing the scene where you are flying on Lulu's back, and Discord in his flying war machine is flying the opposite direction, and you kind of passed and your eyes locked. But you're reliving that scene in extreme slow motion. And you notice this time, what you didn't notice last time, that the amulet kind of leaps off your chest a little bit. Not as if affected by gravity, but as if being pulled magnetically towards Discord. And in that moment, you can, in this sort of slow motion replay in your mind, you can see a almost as if like some energy is being pulled out of Discord and is captured within the amulet. There's some sort of power transference, or in some way the amulet gains power from that interaction. And what you learn is the amulet has gained an ability, which I will send you.
Woo! That's exciting. Cool.
There you go. Sent via Hangouts.
Okay.
Is it a surprise, or do we get to find out?
I don't know. Kay, you can tell them or save it for a good moment. Up to you.
Oh my,
Either way, I think that's where we'll end the session.
oh my
As you
gosh.
sort of look out onto the plain.
That's so exciting.
What do you think? Do you want to tell them or save it?
Oh, my computer is being super slow. I haven't looked. Oh, I just got it. Oh shit.
Well, now you have to tell us.
They do this all the time.
Yep, every single wild magic.
Wild magic! Da-da-da.
It says, while attuned to the amulet, you can use a reaction to punish an enemy within 60 feet of you that uses a legendary resistance to succeed against one of your spells. When you do so, the creature takes 1d10 force damage per spell level as the full force of Limbo bears down upon it.
Oh, shoot.
That's good.
Dang. That's really good.
Whoa.
So I was doing a lot of thinking. I'll just say this before we wrap up the session. I was doing a lot of thinking because Kay was saying it feels like the cards are really stacked against magic users when you get to high levels because things have legendary resistances and stuff like that. And I'm hoping that this will make it a little bit better for you. So there you go.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
How often can you do that?
It just says I can use a reaction, so I
It
assume
burns the reaction. So
once a turn.
Oh, that's really good.
Hmm.
Just like, here. I mean, with the way I roll, it'll be like, here, have 2 damage.
Well, it's per spell level, right? So if you use like an 8th level spell, that's 8d10.
You're right. You're right.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, so this will make it so that it doesn't feel so useless to try out your high level spells.
Waste my 8th level spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that was my thought. Hopefully it
Aw.
doesn't suck so much. So
Yeah.
That's
Thank
very
you.
sweet.
Yeah.
Very nice. Cool, cool, cool.
So yeah, we'll close out the session with the group of you sort of on the Drowning Kiss, brushing the goo that was the frog creatures off, and just like trying not to freeze as you make your way towards Tantalin and what
is the
awaits
source
you there.
of Demon Knicker, isn't it?
These ones actually were not demons.
Oh.
They were Yugoloths.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Orgric said something about that.
The creature that Harmony dominated was a demon, but
Okay.
Huh, okay.
Sorry for taking him directly out of the fight.
don't be sorry.
It was fun to use him.
The encounter was also Harmony had trouble last time. Let's give her stuff that she can work with.
Fire
Awesome.
vulnerability and...
I appreciate you throwing me a bone.
There's your bone for a while. It's gonna go back
Yay.
to hard mode. So
And he was even safe from erasers. You know?
Yeah, that's right.
So, you know?
all right. Anyways, thank you to anyone who tuned in to watch. Again, sorry for the format that we're using right now, but we'll be back to our regular in-person format as soon as things calm down. Hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. We'll be back with more next week. So we hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.